Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching from, you're welcome. Today we're going to talk about the power of thoughts. The power of thought. Our thoughts are very powerful. Our thoughts are creative. Our thoughts create our reality moment by moment. We may not realize how powerful we are as human beings. We may not realize the co-creative power we have. How our thoughts are creating the life we live, creating our life experiences, our life circumstances, and then how we manifest what we think within ourselves. Let's start from the first law, the Newton's law. For those of you who did science, if you can, you will recall that Newton's law states that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. That's science theory about the power of thought. Because whatever you think, you bring it to awareness by it reflects in your life circumstances, in your life situation, because you are a co-creator. That science theory also has it gives credence to the biblical principle that says that whatever you sow is what you reap. Whatever a man sows is what he reaps. Whatever you put out there into the universe comes back to you. As a man thinketh, so he is. It's the same thing. Whatever you think within yourself, whatever thought, the quality of thoughts that you have within your awareness, that you produce within your mind, creates your physical circumstances, creates your physical life situations. If you want to know how positive your thoughts have been or how negative your thoughts have been, then take inventory about your life. Look at your life as it is right now. Are you happy with it or aren't you happy about it? If you are happy about your life, that means that you'll be ruminating with positive thoughts. And if you are not happy about your life, some of us always get caught up in the idea that somebody is doing us something, somebody is attacking us. We don't take responsibility for our co-creative actions. The things that we are doing ourselves, we are manifesting them, yet we blame other people for doing it for us. For one person, you believe that somebody is doing something to you, one power is attacking you. When your life becomes half attack, we believe that it's somebody that is doing it. It is not. You have to learn, you have to know that you are the one creating your life situation. You are the one, you are manifesting the things that you will be thinking. The thought you've been holding in your awareness is what you are manifesting. You have to understand the co-creative power you have. The Bible also calls you gods. The Bible didn't just call you gods because you're created only in God's image. It's because you are a powerful being. You are, yes, you are. You have the power to shape your life. You have the power to create the kind of life you want. By the thought you keep, you hold in your awareness, by the thought you ruminate with all the time. Because whatever you give out comes back to you, meaning that whatever thought you think and you send into the universe, your thoughts are just signals because your universe responds to you, receives and responds to you in vibrations. The frequencies you send out comes back to you. That is why the law of attraction states that, because note that the law of attraction is basically the law of the Bible. What likes attracts likes. That's what the law of attraction says, that likes attracts likes. Know that whatever you give out, whatever you send out, people whom that is going to ruminate with will pick it up and be attracted back to you. Take for instance, like because know that we are being rewarded. We are always being rewarded for our actions. We may not understand this, but I want to understand today that whatever you're doing, whatever thing you are putting out, you are being rewarded for it. Some people feel that when they die, they go to heaven, receive the reward of their actions. You are being paid for whatever you are doing right here on earth. We are being rewarded constantly by the things we do, the things we think and the things we do. Our thoughts and our actions creates our physical reality. So whatever you do, whatever you give out there, people whom that is going to, it will not definitely resonate with everybody. Just like we are putting out content, what I put out today may not resonate with everybody, but those who share my vibration will pick it up. People that we have the same thought patterns will pick it because it will make sense to them. And those kind of people will be attracted back to me. That is how it is in every situation in our lives. If you are a negative person and you're always thinking negative things, you have negative patterns all the time. We all have negative patterns because it's part of our humanity. We have the ego that suggests the negative things to us, and then we have our divine self, which is our natural divine self. That the ego is also a natural part of you, is in you, and also have the divine self within you. But which one of them do you embrace more? Which one of them do you allow to dictate your life? Is it the ego that suggests negativity to you, or the divine self that suggests the positive things to you? So whichever that you feed, whichever that you give your attention, and whichever that you oblige, that is the one that will determine the kind of life you have. So if you are constantly ruminating with negative thoughts, you are going to manifest those negative thoughts into your physical reality, and that will show you the kind of life you live. I am not talking about the things, the wealth you get by manipulating other people, because most people get wealth not by the natural, not the manifestation of their souls, because your natural wealth, you are naturally an abundant person. You are naturally abundant by creation, but we don't evolve ourselves to get to the level where we can manifest from our souls. We always like to manipulate. We manipulate people to get what we want. We manipulate situations. We manipulate everywhere we go. We want to do one thing or the other that is not right, or our interest, because our interest is only the money. And so we'll do everything possible. We don't consider whether it's okay or it's right or it's good or it's good by our standard. Before we can do, we want to do everything to get that thing that we want. That's manipulation. But when you allow your soul to allow you feed your soul naturally and truly, and allow your manifestation to come from your soul. That is the kind of manifestation I'm talking about. That is the true manifestation, the one you manifest from your soul. That is your true. You are manifesting from your true essence, from who you are as a human being, from who you are as an extension of the divine self, from who you are as an expression of the divine self. That's what I'm talking about, not the general manifestation that people do. I want to get rich, I want to be like this, I want to do like that, and so begin to put their hands in different things in order to achieve that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about true manifestation that comes from the soul. So most of us, that's what we do. But because we ruminate, we keep always thinking of negative thoughts, we manifest that into our awareness. Remember that we are already on autopilot, because it is not our fault, and that is the reason why we don't take responsibility for our actions. It is not our fault, it's actually the fault of the society, because from age 4, your parents will start teaching you about the social conditioning, what they also learn from their own parents. They teach you about the culture, they teach you about all these limiting beliefs. The culture is made up of so many limiting beliefs. So that's what they teach us. They teach us the limiting beliefs of culture, of the social conditioning that plays in the society. And so that gets stuck into our subconscious mind, and we begin to act them unnaturally, because when they are in the subconscious mind, they put you on autopilot mode. You're already on autopilot mode. So you begin to manifest them naturally. You do them naturally because they have become a part of you. You will start learning them when you were a child. And so now they are already there in your subconscious store. So they begin to play out, even when you don't even know that you're doing it. So we act on them unconsciously. We do them unconsciously. It's because they have become a part of us. But because we also have the divine self that regulates us, you can choose not to feed the negative side of it, not to feed your ego side, which is the negative side. You can choose to feed your authentic self, feed your true self. Take advice from your true self, which is your divine self, your soul, that will tell you things to do. Because we are made up of two components. We are made up of the soul and we are made up of the ego. The ego is the physical self and the soul is your divine self. So some of us allow only the ego to rule us, and that's why there's so much confusion now. But when you allow your true self to rule you, it's going to be different. Your thought will be pure. Your thought will be positive. And when you are holding positive thought in your awareness, you manifest positive things. And it will show in your life because your thoughts are pure, your thoughts are positive, your life will be positive. But when you are thinking of negative thoughts all the time, you are going to attract negative people, negative situations, and negative circumstances because that's what you think. You are creating by default. That's what it means. We all create every day. We manifest every day. But we manifest most of the time the things that we don't like. We don't like them, but we are manifesting them. Why? Because we are ruminating with them all the time. We are ruminating with the negative thoughts. We are thinking negative, and so they are showing up in our awareness, even though we don't like them. But we are doing it unconsciously. But when you are thinking positive thoughts, you also manifest positive people, positive situations, and circumstances, even though we are doing it unconsciously. So that's how it is. That's why it's important that we fill ourselves with the positive things so that we can manifest. Let us consciously feed our minds with positive things so that we can manifest the positive things, creating the things that we like, the things that will serve us, the things that we'll be happy about in our lives. Because when you think something, you feel something. And when you feel something, you do something. So whatever you do will prove your thought right, either positive or negative. The action you carry, if it's a negative action, because that means your thought has been negative. So whatever you do will also prove your thought right. So note that we are being rewarded. Whatever you do, you are being rewarded constantly by it. If you do feel the negative side, you'll be rewarded by the negative side. And if you feel the positive side, you are going to be rewarded positively. So, but we every day we stay and with this belief that, oh, this person is doing something to us. That person is doing something. Is this person that is attacking me? Not knowing that you are the one attacking yourself by the thought you are thinking. Nobody can do, nothing outside can affect you unless your own power of thought. But we don't take responsibility for our co-creative actions, the things that we are doing. We don't take responsibility. We blame A, blame B, blame C for doing all those things, whereas we are the ones creating them with our own thoughts. So it's important that you take responsibility. Awareness is key. When you know that you are the one responsible for your life, you are the driver's seat of your own life. And so you have the duty to pattern yourself well by keeping positive thoughts, by thinking positive thoughts and holding them in your awareness so that you can do that, you can create that which you want for yourself. If you know that you have the power to create what you want for yourself, won't you go for the best? You didn't know that now. Now you have it in your awareness. You know that you can create the life you want. You know that you can shape your life the way you want it. So it's important that you now that you have the awareness, start thinking positive thoughts instead of thinking negative thoughts. Like we like sitting in groups where we will talk about this person, we speak about people negatively, we speak about situations negatively. Sometimes situations that are meant to evolve us, make us grow. We don't see the positive side. Instead of observing it, what is this thing telling me? What is this situation? What is this situation trying to teach me? What am I to learn from this thing? Instead of asking this kind of questions to know, we often say that whatever happens, happens for a reason. But we don't seek to know the reason in the situation. But we blame. We don't take responsibility. We don't observe it to learn whatever that thing is trying to teach us. But we always look for who to blame for having that situation. And also another thing is when, for instance, like some people who want to, if you want something, you don't, for instance, let's say you don't want something. The thing that you don't want, the outcome you are trying to avoid, is the one you begin to ruminate with. Know that our minds work in images. Whatever we are feeding our minds is that thing that we will create. Anything that you can imagine, you can create it. So instead of saying, for instance, some people will say, maybe you are looking for a husband or something. The person will say, God, please, I don't want a problematic husband. I don't want a husband that will bring me pain. You are already feeding your mind with husband and pain. That's what you should know. You are already telling your mind. You are telling your mind, you are trying to create what you don't want by even mentioning it and giving the information to your mind. But when you, instead of saying, I don't want the husband that will give me pain, you should recreate it by saying, I want a peaceful and fulfilling marriage. That's how to create things for yourself that you will desire, things that you want, not turning it the other way around. That way, you are feeding your mind that is what you want. Meanwhile, that is not what you actually seek. That is not your intention. So it's important that we think positive things, feeding our minds with positive thoughts, so that we can create what we want, what we desire, what will be rewarding and fulfilling to us. But when we think negative thoughts all the time, we are also going to think and manifest the negative things that we are also trying to avoid. Take, for instance, like Facebook, all the social media we are using. All these things are a product, even the cars you see, the good roads, the beautiful houses, they are all a product of thoughts. Some people slept, thought about them, they moved into action, and they all became a reality. They became the things that we are using today. And think of the people who created all these services that you are using. Have they not been rewarded? Of course they have been rewarded. Their actions, their thoughts have been rewarded because you are using them, they are also gaining from what you are doing, what you are using them for. They are even gaining more than you. So you see, that's why it's important that we think things that are right. And also ask yourself, what are you creating? Because when you think something, you feel something. And when you feel something, you do something. That is taking the action. And then whatever action you take is going to prove your thought right or wrong. So ask yourself today, what am I creating? People are creating things that you are using. All the things you are using, they all came from a product of people's thoughts. So you yourself, who is watching this video now, what are you creating? Ask yourself today. What are you creating? Some of us create things that are useless, things that doesn't make sense to anybody. What we do is we bring more and more. We reinforce gossip. That's what we do. Some of us reinforce violence. Some of us do things that are damaging to our lives, things that cause pain to other people. So ask yourself, what are you creating? Are you creating something that others have made, something that is useful to in the lives of other people? Are you creating something that people are benefiting? What are you creating? Ask yourself that question today, because we all have the ability to create. We can create. We are co-creators. That's what the Bible calls us, gods, because we can create. We are co-creators. Whatever we are creating, manifest in our awareness, manifest for other people to see. If you are creating something that is useful, people will benefit from it. If you are creating something that is useless, it will not be of any good to anybody. So ask yourself, what are you creating? Are you creating what people are enjoying today? Or you are creating things that are destroying other people's lives? Ask yourself today. And as you watch this video today, don't forget to change your thoughts. If you have been thinking things that are not right, start thinking positive now, so that you'll be able to create things that are going to be useful, powerful, and enjoyable to other people. And not just only including yourself, you will be rewarded for that. If people are enjoying it, you are going to be rewarded, because we all have the talent. We have been given the talent. Seek to find out that thing that you can create. Don't look for what other people are doing. Don't compare yourself with other people, or don't seek to take other people wanting to compare yourself, or tie yourself to a particular thing just because someone else is doing it and the person is being rewarded for it. We all have our individual gifts that we can use to help the lives of other people. Take Easton. Take let me give you one of the quotes of Einstein. Einstein said that if everybody has the ability to create something, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will stay its whole life thinking that it's stupid. And that is it. I may be good at something that you are not. And another person may be good at something that I am not. Sure, there are many things I can't do, but I know there are a few things I can also do that will be helpful to other people. So seek to find that. You can ask people around you to check you, or to look at you, to find out the things that you do that they consider good, things that they feel that they are good for you, that you can do it well, so that from there you can start doing something. Because whatever you are doing, if you are doing something that you have